Hey everybody, my name is Tim and welcome to your Ko-fi break. Now this is going to be a fun episode because I'm going to introduce my guest, who is a fellow Ko-fi ambassador, an incredible illustrator, an all-around fun person, Jocelyn, aka the Jolly JawBreaker. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
Doing great. Now I was taking a look through your Ko-fi page. You got some fantastic stuff out there.
Thank you.
I have to ask, when did you start illustrating? Is this something that you've been doing your whole life?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I've worn so many hats. So I've been illustrating characters since I could hold a pencil. My background is actually in 2D animation. For the past 9 years, I've done UI design, graphic design, production art for different kinds of companies, from like e-learning to mobile to graphic production. And during all this, holding a full-time job, I've been creating character illustrations on the fandoms that I love, anime I love, and my own characters. Right now, I'm trying to make this my full-time career. It's been great having all of those different experiences, wearing different hats. I didn't study design, but I had to learn design on the job. And when you learn design, it feeds into the artwork you do. So yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
Very cool. So how is it freelancing compared to working for a company? Obviously, there's pros and cons to it. And there's obviously the challenges of having a consistent revenue stream. How have you made freelancing work for you?
I would say I'm in the early stages of that. And right now, the income that's coming in is from the Jolly Club on my Ko-fi page. So right now I have 8 active Jolly Club members. Thanks, guys, by the way.
Awesome.
That's where I'm at right now. Here in Minnesota, we have an anime convention called Anime Detour. So I'll be showcasing my art there and looking at other art shows throughout the year to try and supplement that income. And then at the same time, trying to build more of an audience online and build my online store. I'd say very early in the stages of trying to make like my personal art become my full income stream.
When did you start using Ko-fi?
I joined Ko-fi, I don't know if it was like 4 years ago or more, but I joined Ko-fi to actually support other artists that I follow. And it wasn't until last fall that I became way more active using Ko-fi. So once in a while, I'd share a photo of like, hey, here's some product I'm working on. I always just had it as a tip jar. Here it is. If you guys want to support me, feel free to. So it was just set up. It wasn't until memberships came and I was like, oh, this is really cool. If I had a membership, this is what I would do. I'd offer, digital wallpapers, avatars, behind the scenes, signed art prints, that kind of thing. And then I found out like one day I get this random email from a former coworker of mine, Ellen, my very first Jolly Club member, saying that she joined my membership. I'm like, all right, I guess this is what we're doing now. So I just like went with it. It just kind of like lit a fire under me to just pursue this as another income stream. I really love Ko-fi. It's so user-friendly. And even before I was fully utilizing it, there's so many amazing resources when it comes to like their PDFs and their Creator Academy that I was like, oh, this is such a great idea, because I'm just super happy to be part of a community where everyone's super supportive of each other and like have the same dream of whether they're doing podcasts or writing music and want their gifts to become their main career. Yeah. It felt very easy to join this platform. It's very user-friendly. I really like the illustrated look. I think for artists that were in my position where you're still building an audience, it felt very less intimidating to open a tip jar on Ko-fi and start from there and just try new things, and to even now put your artwork, your little crafts on the Ko-fi shop, because there's no cost to list your items there, which is amazing. It's like this thing that I've always wanted, where it's an all-in-one tool that lets you kind of experiment and go at your own pace.
It's funny because everyone I talk to about how they discovered Ko-fi, normally it's a response of, I wanted to support someone else and they shared their Ko-fi page and I donated or helped them out. But then I found out this was a great tool for me to express my own creativity and create my own tip jar. And it goes from there. That's how I started. I followed somebody and said, this is great. I've been using Ko-fi a little over 2 years now.
Okay.
And it just watching the evolution of this platform and how much this team actually listens to the community.
Yeah.
It's great. They have made so many advances in the last, especially in the last year.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see what comes next. They're great. It's a great tool. And like you said, you can build your community. You have 8 members, which is amazing. That's incredible.
I never thought I would be one of those people that had a consistent membership like that because of how I think a lot of us are struggling with the engagement online, but you'll be surprised who your silent followers are. They may not comment, they may not even reach out to you, or you might not even talk to them for like months. And then you'll be like, oh, out of the blue, they're like, oh, hey, I'll totally see you at your art show, or hey, let me support you, just a little bit. And you're just like, oh my gosh. I think it's really important to just put yourself out there, put your, gift out into the world, because people are watching. When you do something as personal as art, even if you kind of feel that insecurity that nobody cares, trust me, there are people out there that care, and they are watching, and they are rooting for you.
And plus, on this community itself, just other creators supporting other creators, I don't see this anywhere else. There's very supportive community, following each other, commenting, just engaging on different social media and all. It's great. I love being a part of this community.
We are really rooting for each other. So you might find someone through Ko-fi, and then you'll start seeing them everywhere, like on Instagram and Facebook. Even if it's someone that's doing a practice outside of yours, you can still learn a lot from what they're doing and respect what they're doing and want to support them. If you're on the street and someone's like, hey, what podcast would you recommend? You'll have a library of people that may not be on the radar, and you'll be able to support them too that way. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so it's an awesome community.
Let's talk about equipment. As an illustrator, obviously there's a lot of tools, especially doing graphics and things like that. Have you used Ko-fi to help raise funds to buy equipment? How's that gone for you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. So I have hit my Ko-fi goal twice. And
nice. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. The first item I got was a scanner to actually scan my traditional art. That was my first Ko-fi goal that I met. And then actually maybe a few months after, I hit my second Ko-fi goal, which helped me get updated computer parts for my working station. Because I stream on Twitch, there's still some limitations to what I can do, and being able to upgrade the CPU allows me to just work more smoothly in my drawing programs like Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint, and that has helped tremendously. Ko-fi has definitely helped me with upgrading my equipment. I was just super surprised. I even had a friend who I hadn't talked to him in months, and then randomly he's like, buy yourself a new CPU. Here's $200 to make you meet your goal. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I still remember. I remember everybody's comments, their words, their kindness, their gestures. And so whenever someone supports me, it gives me the drive to want to succeed more and also uplift my friends and fellow creators as I grow as well. Ko-fi is just amazing to help if you need that little boost to improve the quality. There are people out there that want to help you, so make it easy for them to let them help you.
Exactly. And that's an incredible example of how setting a crowdfunding goal can really help you achieve just great things. You put out this goal and you communicated it to people on your site, said, hey, I need to get this processor, this upgrade my computer. And instead of somebody just donating $2 or $3, the normal way of accepting just these one donations here or there, somebody saw your goal and realized what did you need to achieve that goal and went the whole route and bought it for you, basically. That's an incredible example. And it's something I've been telling everybody. Is it doesn't matter what your page is, you should set a goal, whether it's just offsetting expenses or I need to buy this piece of equipment or I just need to pay for electricity so I can keep running Twitch. Put a goal up there, because if somebody sees it, they are more likely to donate it and even go above and beyond to make sure you reach that goal. So that's incredibly important. That's a great example.
Yeah, I would also add having a specific goal also helps know what people are helping you with, and also keep in mind what are you working towards. I feel like the more specific your goal, the better, because it just keeps you on track. You're like, oh, I know what I'm working towards. People know what they're helping with. And I think your supporters take pride in knowing that they supported you in upping your game, basically, in whatever you're doing.
What advice would you have for maybe illustrators that are thinking about Ko-fi or maybe just starting out to take advantage of some of these great features or things that you've learned along the way that you'd like to share?
If you're interested in joining Ko-fi, just do it, regardless if you have a following or not. When you make a Ko-fi, please fill out your page as detailed as you can. Just put a little extra thought into it. Let people know who you are and what you're doing. Either have links to other places you are, because it creates credibility when you at least show up at least in 3 different places, I would say. I'm not saying stretch yourself too thin, but just taking the time to show that you put effort into something will entice people more. Just be personable, be yourself, and just don't hold yourself back from things that could be a positive thing in your life. That's like one of the big things I can think of, is just show up, because that's half the game.
Yeah, and plus, for one, Ko-fi is free. It doesn't cost anything to set up, so just go create your profile and start filling it out. Especially in today's day and age with the internet, you're just kind of like a faceless ID. So put a face to who you are. Like, tell people about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, how their contributions are going to impact your art, your podcast, your stream, your life, and really show who you are. So if you give it some personality, you can start generating a following and get the right people to just be a part of your journey. Whether or not they donate to you, words of encouragement mean a lot too. So the more you put yourself out there and the more you take advantage of some of these great features, the more of an opportunity you have of building a community that, like I said, if somebody doesn't donate to you, but they might tell 3 people, hey, go check out this artist, or I need some illustration for a stream or some logos or something. It's like, oh, there's this great artist I follow on Ko-fi. Go check them out. So that community means everything. So don't hesitate if you're thinking about starting up a Ko-fi page, or you're worried you don't have an audience. The audience will come the more you just share who you are with the world. And really the great place to start is Ko-fi. You got all of us to follow you too. So
that's right. We're here to support you.
Well, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. This was great. I love learning a little bit more about you and your time, not only on this platform, but how you've grown as an artist. It's fantastic. And thank you everybody for checking out this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And then, of course, make sure to subscribe to the Jolly JawBreaker. See everything she's got going on YouTube and Twitch, and of course on her Ko-fi page. So many great things to check out, and we'll link to it, of course, in the description. But thanks again for tuning in. And if you have any questions about Ko-fi, about being an illustrator on Ko-fi, make sure to comment or reach out to any one of us. We'd be happy to talk to you some more.
Thank you so much.
Again, thank you. And we'll talk to you very soon.